Hello and welcome back to Guides.Global. My name's John Howell, I'm the editor, and with me I have Başak Yıldız Orkun, who is a lawyer based in Bodrum in Turkey, where we're filming this video. Thank you, Başak, for coming along.
Hi, John.
In this video we're going to talk about marriage.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about marriage as it affects foreigners. So I guess the first question I have to ask is, I think it's a very simple answer to this. If a foreigner comes to Turkey already married, then will their marriage be recognised in Turkey?
Yes, if it's an internationally recognized marriage,
Yes.
It will be recognized in Turkey as well.
Because some people, for some reason, get very worried about that. If it isn't if it isn't recognised, it just saves the need for a divorce. So rest assured, if you come and live in Turkey with your husband when you retire, your marriage will be recognised here.
Marriage is the easy one, divorce is the worst
Exactly.
one.
Okay, second question. If a person comes from Germany, lives in Turkey, meets a person and wants to get married in Turkey, then they will be able to do so.
By making necessary applications, they can get married in Turkey.
Yes, it doesn't matter whether that person is Turkish or whether they're foreign, they can get married in Turkey.
Correct.
And that marriage will be recognised in their own country.
Yes, because as part of the convention, it's going to be all recognized.
And then on the question of marriage, how do you do it? So once you've found a person who's prepared to marry you, which is probably the hardest part, you then need to get involved in the system of a marriage. So can you just explain to us how that works?
Okay, the marriages are being dealt by the consuls in Turkey, the local council. All councils has a department of marriage within their building, you are making an application to the Department of Marriage, and they are giving a list of documentation that you need to complete. The most important part is I believe the health check, because we do a blood test.
Yes.
And also, if you are applying from abroad, you need to provide a document confirming that you are able to marry. You are not married already, and you have the legal capacity to...
So let's just take the health check first.
Sure.
So you have a blood test taken by the hospital, and this checks whether you've got AIDS or other serious diseases. Correct. And if you have, then you wouldn't be allowed to get married.
Correct. Or it would be declared to the other party.
It would be declared, and the other party would have to agree to it.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. So it isn't a bar, it is just that the other party has to say, yes, I know that this person has got whatever, and I'm still going to marry them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. In terms of your capacity to marry, that is all about whether you're already married or whether you've been divorced and your divorce is valid, and whether you have the mental capacity.
Correct. So as a foreigner, you need to submit such a document from your home country, which is valid and enforceable in Turkish before the Turkish authorities. And you need to complete some administrative documentation, your photographs and some petitions, and once you make the application, and if the application is approved by the department, then you will set your date of marriage, and then an officer will be coming from that department and will be dealing with the ceremony.
Yes.
And at the ceremony, we'll be asking some questions to you to obviously confirm your will to marry.
Do you want to marry this man?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? Yeah.
Yes.
And also there must be witnesses, at least one witness per party.
Let's just break off there. Just let me go back a little bit. You were talking about submitting the paperwork and having to submit this document that says you have the capacity to marry. Now, of course, for some foreigners, that's a problem, isn't it? Because those documents don't exist in their own country. As an English person, if you went into your local police station or your local town hall and said, I want a document, please, that says I have the legal capacity to marry, they would look very confused and they wouldn't be able to issue it. So how do you get around that problem in countries like England and the United States?
Actually, this is more a question about that country, but obviously there must be a way out, because otherwise they wouldn't expect you to submit such a document. There must be something similar to that. Maybe the wording or the way that I name the document is not referring to something, but for example, about the mental, you can get a hospital
You get a
report.
medical report saying this person
Exactly,
has mental capacity.
yeah. And also in Turkey, we have a population system which you can see that party is either married, divorced, or mentally not capable to act. So there must be something like that. And it may differ in each country, I have to say, but I believe there is something that existing similar to that.
So, so you produce the documents that you need to produce. The town hall fixes a date for the marriage. You can get married absolutely anywhere. There's no restrictions. You can get married on the beach. You could get married in a hotel. You could get married at the town hall.
Correct.
As you please.
The officer will be coming to that venue that you make a decision with.
And they will charge you a fee for doing that, but it's quite small, isn't it?
It is very small.
Okay, how much is it to get married?
I think I would say maybe $20 or something like that. It's very tiny.
Remarkably small.
Instead of a fee, what people are usually do, they give some donation to the council.
Which is not corruption. Let's be clear about this. This is a gift, a tip for the official after he's performed the service. So
you don't have to give
this. No, but it's just recognition of the fact that he's done this for nothing. So marriage, fairly straightforward. And then your details of the marriage are recorded, and then that's there forever.
Actually, what they do is when the officers are coming for your ceremony, they are bringing a marriage book.
A book.
And it's going to be all in that. They will get your signatures, and when you you put the signatures on, they will just hand over the small book, a certificate to you to be used.
Because it's part of the ceremony of getting married.
Exactly.
Now, the only other thing I was going to ask about marriage is religious marriages. The standard marriage here in Turkey is the civil ceremony conducted by the municipality.
I wouldn't say standard. This is the legal marriage.
That was the legal requirement. That's everybody goes through the civil ceremony.
Yeah.
If you want to have a religious ceremony, a blessing of your marriage in the synagogue or in a Christian church or in a mosque, this could be done? Yeah,
you can do that. It is, but you can only do that after you legally got married.
And
it cannot be before then.
And the legally binding arrangement is the civil ceremony. The other is a tradition, it's a religious ceremony, but it is personal as opposed to legal.
On the other hand, if you do the religious ceremony without a legal ceremony, it's a criminal offense.
Yes. Although I believe that in many villages in the centre of Turkey, they still get married without getting the government involved.
That's absolutely our problem. However, as per our legal system, it shouldn't be like that.
Yes. Başak, fascinating. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
And we will speak soon.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you found that interesting, and if you did, of course, please like us or follow this channel. If you do that or not, we'll no doubt see you again soon. Thank you and goodbye.